Here's your wrestling news for January 30th, 2022. And your headlines for today include men's and women's Rumble winners crowned, who's on the road to WrestleMania 38? WrestleMania main eventer already confirmed, which match will headline Night 1? Current WWE superstar unhappy with surprise return during the Women's Royal Rumble match. WWE suffers scary production botch, fans had to be evacuated during the Rumble. Shocking betrayal leads to huge title change at the Royal Rumble. All Rumble plans were last minute thanks to Vince McMahon. Former WWE champion accidentally eliminated from men's Rumble match after botched spot. Real reason why so many reported ex-superstars did not appear during the Royal Rumble matches, and more. We're kicking off today with the Royal Rumble as Brock Lesnar and the returning Ronda Rousey are on the road to WrestleMania 38. In the show's main event, it was the Beast incarnate who emerged victorious, last eliminating his old foe Drew McIntyre after Brock entered from the number 30 spot. This marks Lesnar's second Rumble victory, 19 years after his first in 2003, and after losing the WWE title earlier in the night, it's believed this will kick off the WrestleMania program with Universal Champion Roman Reigns. As for Rousey, her appearance as the 28th entrant came nearly 3 years after her last WWE appearance, and her first match since taking her one and only loss at WrestleMania 35. Both Lesnar and Rousey have some huge decisions ahead of them, but the WrestleMania card is starting to finally come together. WWE have yet to announce who Rousey will face at WrestleMania, but we may already know who's on the Hot Rod's radar. According to F4W Online, WWE's plan is for Rousey to challenge SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair at the biggest show of the year, as part of Rousey's new contract with the company. The contract will reportedly be another year-long deal and will continue after she faces the Queen at WrestleMania 38. This also means that, unlike her first run in the company, Rousey's second run will predominantly be on SmackDown, although she has been announced for tonight's edition of Raw. After Rousey's win tonight, it was said that she will main event WrestleMania, and although prior Women's Rumble winners have headlined before, this is the first time that the Rumble winner has been guaranteed the main event. When rumors of Rousey's return first began to circulate, it was believed that she'd feud with Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, the one woman to hold a victory over her, but it'll instead be Charlotte Flair who stands in the ring with the baddest woman on the planet this April. The return of Ronda Rousey is a huge win for WWE, but not everyone is thrilled to see the former Raw Women's Champion back in the ring. Not long after Rousey's victory, Alexa Bliss, who wasn't in the match, fired off a tweet of a GIF teasing that she wasn't pleased to see Ronda return to the company. This tweet was immediately deleted, but not quick enough to avoid it being screenshotted, and in another tweet, in which Bliss congratulated Rousey for her win, fans didn't exactly buy that she was happy for the UFC legend. Bliss and Rousey do have a history, as a concussion caused by Rousey would keep Bliss out of action for months from late 2018 into 2019, so it's not hard to see why the goddess wasn't exactly thrilled to see Ronda Rousey earn a women's title opportunity at WrestleMania. Rousey's return was nearly 3 years in the making, and now WWE has a superstar with mainstream popularity to promote, but her post-match celebration didn't go quite as planned. Following in the footsteps of countless Rumble winners, Rousey pointed to the Mania Sign to celebrate, and it took a long time for the fireworks to go off. That wasn't even the worst of it though, as according to Louis Dangoor of Give Me Sport, the pyrotechnics behind the sign melted, and those unlucky fans underneath had to be evacuated. In a follow-up, Dangoor said that since the sign was lowered, many fans in St. Louis couldn't see the Doudrop Becky Lynch Raw Women's title match, which may explain the quiet response the match got. After the man retained her title, Lynch tweeted about what happened, saying the WrestleMania sign caught on fire because she's so hot. Thankfully, after the Lynch Doudrop match, the sign was repaired and raised in time for the men's Rumble main event, but having molten pyrotechnics drip onto the fans isn't exactly a good look for WWE. This year's Rumble show kicked off with Roman Reigns retaining his title against Seth Rollins, but the Tribal Chief would leave with much more than the Universal Championship. After intentionally getting himself disqualified to retain his title, fans thought Reigns was done for the night until he appeared during the WWE Championship match, spearing Brock Lesnar. With the referee down, Reigns revealed his master plan as Paul Heyman handed the WWE Championship to the Tribal Chief, who smashed the title in the face of the Beast. Reigns' interference was the difference maker for Bobby Lashley, who, after wanting this match for years, pinned Lesnar to become a two-time WWE champion. With Heyman now once again at his side, Reigns has once again stuck it to his longtime foe, and we'll have to see how this betrayal is explained ahead of the expected Mania main event between the Tribal Chief and the Beast Incarnate. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event was clearly a huge night for WWE, but the show went through several dramatic changes, all thanks to Vince McMahon. That's according to PW Insider, who reported that McMahon was making changes to the Rumble show just hours before the event began. It's noted that the two Rumble matches were being discussed, with the first two and last two entrants in both the men's and women's matches being revised several times. One idea WWE had at one point considered was for Randy Orton to have a lengthy stint in the Rumble, given that the show was in his hometown, and there was even an idea for him and Riddle to be the last two in the men's Rumble match. While last year's match results had been planned days in advance, this year's Rumble, like so many shows as of late, were subject to the last-minute whims of the chairman. One spot WWE had planned out and was meant to happen was for Kofi Kingston to survive being eliminated, as he's done in previous Rumble appearances. Tossed to the outside, Kofi was meant to cling onto the barricade without his feet hitting the floor, but the spot was botched and Kingston was unceremoniously eliminated from the men's Rumble match. Although Pat McAfee tried his best to suggest Kofi was still in, a slow-motion replay confirmed that Kingston was out, in what was a very unceremonious end for the former WWE champion and a sign that these near-elimination spots have run their course for the SmackDown superstar. And we're ending with even more from the 2022 Royal Rumble Premium Live event, as plenty of superstars from both the past and present appeared, and plenty did not. For the past week, it was reported that dozens of names had taken the trip to St. Louis to appear, with The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Asuka, Kairi Sane, NXT champion Braun Breaker, Gunther, and Caitlyn all rumored to be appearing in the two Rumble matches. We now know why this didn't happen, as PW Insider reports that WWE chose to bring in extra competitors for the men's and women's Rumble matches in case anyone booked either tested positive or had to self-isolate for any reason. While a return from the likes of The Undertaker or Kurt Angle would have been epic, the two were never part of WWE's plans for the Rumble, and it's believed that the dead man wasn't even a backup Rumble entrant, but only there to support his wife, Michelle McCool. Last night's show marked WWE's first Rumble in these strange times with live fans in attendance, and the company wasn't going to take any chances with their two 30-person matches. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.